I'm Mike Pheneger. I am a retired Army colonel. I spent 30 years on active duty doing intelligence work for the United States Army. I'm a former Deputy Director of Intelligence for U.S. Central Command, which does Middle Eastern operations. And I was the first Director of Intelligence for U.S. Special Operations Command, which does all the special operations work worldwide. The oath that an Army officer swears, that all officers of the government swear to, is to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. We don't swear allegiance to a particular administration. We swear allegiance to a principle, the principle of the rule of law, the protections of the Bill of Rights, providing people due process. It's always been a system that's worked pretty well for us. It's worked well in previous terrorist incidents. It's worked well in many other occasions, and there's no real reason why it can't work well now, except that the administration has rather arbitrarily decided not to use it. Well, the Uniform Code of Military Justice is literally a law code. It's passed by the Congress of the United States, and it applies to the serving military. It also has provisions within the UCMJ for military commissions. And the provisions basically provide that it observes the U.S. rule of law, it's compatible with the requirements of the Geneva Convention, and part of the problem that the Supreme Court initially found with military commissions, of course, is that the President had no authority to set them up, and they violated the provisions that were already established in law under the UCMJ. And I think that was a terrible decision on the part of the administration to basically throw out a system that was time-tested over a long period of time and to try to come up with some new jerry-rigged system that basically violates basic constitutional precepts. These people are accused of committing horrendous crimes. So it becomes very important from the standpoint of the perception of people in the United States, and more important even from the perception of the people in foreign countries, and even from the perception of our enemies, that these people are actually being tried and handled in accordance with the American system of justice, and that they're afforded due process of law, and that they're not basically convicted based on their own testimony obtained from themselves or from other people through torture, that they're not convicted on the basis of hearsay evidence. It's very important from the standpoint of our national security, frankly, that we get this right the first time. And if the President and the administration are not going to get it right, then I'm very happy that the ACLU is becoming involved to try to make sure that the system works in such a way that it will have credibility internationally.